Awesome. So for today's topic, I would like to discuss one of my very favorite books. From here, I started the journey of where I read around 30 books in the last year, year and a half. And this was Rich Dad and Poor Dad was the one book which got me along on this journey to reading a lot, and has been a good transformation. It's been a good transformation all throughout. So I'm very excited to share it with you guys today. So it's again one of the best sellers by Robert Kiyosaki, right? So assets and liabilities, very simply, assets are something जो आपकी जेब में पैसा डालेगा, as simple as that. So we always have to build and on our assets. Assets पे हमेशा focus करना है. Liabilities is something which takes the money out of our pocket. Right, so liabilities are slightly different from expenses. Liabilities are anything which takes the money out, and assets are something which puts money in our pocket. Right, so income and expenses. Income, the fundamental rule of good financial health is that income should be greater than expenses. If your expenses outweigh the income, you'll always be in debt. So here, a lot of people who have a lot of debt, they take credit card loans and a lot of other loans, and their expenses are more than the income. That is where they go wrong. A lot of people in the US economy as well, what they heavily depend upon are the credit card loans and the expenses which they have. So if anything were to happen to the income, their life will go up and down. So always we need to remain debt free. We need to concentrate on the assets. And again, we have to be aggressive when it comes to earning income. Right. So basic differences between the rich and the poor. We will start. So this particular book was about Robert Kiyosaki, where he explained that when he was growing up, he had his dad who was in the service sector, and he had a service sector mentality and a poor dad mentality. And whereas on the other hand, is one of his best friends had his father who was very rich, and Robert Kiyosaki shares his learning from his father as well as from his friend's father who was the rich dad. So usually मतलब क्या होता है with poor people, and what they think is कभी कुछ खरीदना है, कभी उनसे कोई मांग लेगा, some family member, your wife, your friends, anyone asks you for something. जो poor people की mentality होती है, it's very constant. They like यार I can't afford that. पैसे पेड़ पे नहीं उगते, तुम देख के मांगो क्या मांग रहे हो, this is really expensive. So यहाँ पे उनकी mentality ऐसे होती है. Whereas what I want all of you going forward from today, what I want all of you to focus on is the rich mentality, which means अगर कोई आपसे कुछ मांग रहा है, if it's your close one, if they ask you for something, don't shun them away. उनसे मतलब think inside, how can I afford to give the person what they're asking? How can I afford that? तो यहाँ पे चेंज आ जाता है, जहाँ पे हम कहते हैं कि हम नहीं अफोर्ड कर सकते, इवन सबकॉन्शियसली टू आवर सेल्फ, हम अपने आप से ही बैटल्स अपने माइंड में ही नहीं जीत सकते. तो अगर कभी हमको ही कुछ चाहिए, वी लाइक यार ये तो महंगा हो जाएगा, ये हम नहीं खरीद सकते, बट वी व्हाट वी डोंट आस्क आवर सेल्फ इज कैसे मैं ऐसा क्या करूं, कौन से रास्ते पे चलूं, कौन सी ये चीजें करूं, वेयर आई विल बी एबल टू गो हेड एंड अफोर्ड ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स. Right, the poor people might think yaar I am not rich because I have kids, unke itne expenses hain and so much expenses, I have a family, all of these things, and inki wajah se main rich nahi hu. Whereas the rich people, what they think is I have to be rich because I have a family, I have kids, and I have to take care of all of them. So here again the mentality changes. The poor people, they also think like क्या रिस्क नहीं लेना, से मतलब स्मूथली सब कुछ हो जाए, मंथ के एंड पे सैलरी आ जाए, वी आई डोंट वांट टू टेक एनी रिस्क, आई डोंट वांट टू go out of the comfort zone, risk nahi lena. Whereas the rich people, they learn to manage risk, they do their researches properly. Risk will always remain there. If you're in the service sector, if you're in the business sector, risk हमेशा हो सकता है. COVID के time lots of people lost their jobs as well. So the rich, what they do is they manage the risk, and what they also concentrate on is not just alone remaining risk free, but strategic risk. All of these are calculated risks which come after research and learning and constant growth also. So poor people, what they might want to think is they study hard so you can find a good company to work for, कि भाई काम करो, मतलब पढ़ाई करो कि कल जॉब मिल जाएगी, एक अच्छी कंपनी मिलनी चाहिए. So that ways they think differently, whereas the rich mentality is study hard so you can find a company to buy, कि मतलब इतना करो, एंड कांस्टेंट लर्निंग पे दे कीप डेवलपिंग. पुअर पीपल अगेन दे फील कि यार स्कूल खत्म हो गया, कॉलेज खत्म होगी, मेरी पढ़ाई खत्म होगी, अब आगे और नहीं पढ़ना. 4-5 साल बाद उनको पता चलता है कि उनके स्किल्स अब कम पड़ गए हैं, एंड सर्विस सेक्टर में दे नीड मोर स्किल्स. So then they go for additional trainings and everything. Whereas the rich people, they are always, the mentality is such that they are always learning and growing and learning and growing. And they don't want to work for the company. They want to buy the company so that the companies can work for them. A fear and greed. Everyone here is trapped in this daily cycle. So what people are like, we want to get up, हमें काम पे जाना है, bills pay करने हैं, and mind में हमेशा fear रहता है कि यार ये पैसा कहीं चले ना जाए, right? So greed again is the second reason why people also work for money, is they desire money for the joy they think it brings. That joy is often short lived and soon needs more money for more joy. So fear and greed, we always need to know, we need to keep these in under our control, so that we do not let them be the dominant emotions in our life, but we are keeping them in check so that we can be in control of our emotions, especially the fear and greed. So now, all of you, we need to confront our emotions. Someone who has learned to confront his negative feelings is a powerful person. It's, I always encourage that we need to think positively, and then positive things will happen. That does not mean negative thoughts nahi aate, but we need to confront the negative thoughts. We need to learn how to flip the script and think on the other side, possibly think out of the box. And when we start doing that on a regular basis, we will see the thought patterns inside our head changing, and you can remain calm in face of adversity, and you know and you believe in yourself that you can face any challenge which the world throws at you. So it's very important. First of all, we have to ensure that we control our emotions. Again, one more thing, the amount of success which we receive in our financial life will be directly proportional to the self growth we accomplish as a person. So mark this words, जो आपकी financial goals हैं, it will improve, it will grow directly in proportion to the person which you are and your growth. अगर आप grow कर रहे हो as a person, mind, body, soul, then it will also reflect in your finances. So just like a particular blueprint मैंने दे दिया आपको, जैसे it's again जो हमारा पूरा फंडा है about dealing with popular brands, it is a proven blueprint. You can literally go anywhere in the world where there is Amazon, and you can adopt this, and you will be able to start your life and start earning an income. Right? So use your emotions to your advantage. Appreciate what the negative emotion is trying to tell you. अगर आपके पास कोई डर है कि this is a negative emotion which is coming, it is okay. Understand what it's trying to tell you, and now we go ahead and we find a solution. So the negative becomes the positive. We have a plan of action in case something goes wrong, and we are covered, and we are always on the ready and always aggressive. Take action. You are the captain of your ship. You steer it the way you want it to go. So now, guys, the power of money is well known throughout the world. It is immense. It is very simple. Ideally, simple philosophy is you should not work for money, because that's a negative emotion. We, all of us here, we should not work for money. We should constantly pursue a life where we are working towards the creation of wealth. We are working towards creation of assets, meaning that we make the money work for us. It's great for people who don't want extra workload, who don't have a warehouse, don't want a warehouse, and they want everything on automation. This is how we go about it. We make the money work for us. Right. So action plan for all of you today to follow is review any unneeded expenditures which are there in your life. See where your money is seeking out from your bank account. See what you can review and take a certain portion out and review your expenditures. Contemplate where you could have rather invested it, been able and be able to leverage your funds. So I personally, what I like to invest in is, sabse pehle I invest in my business, and then I keep investing in books, courses, new learnings, and basically just higher education, and just getting my own knowledge up to par and reading on a daily basis. So I love investing in books. I have more than 200 books with me. So that is, I would rather invest my money there. Right. So review your expenditures, see what you could have rather used your expenses on, which would actually give you returns. So आपको खुद को self में returns आने चाहिए या आपके business में returns आने चाहिए. Learning is something, never stop doing, never stop investing in, and never stop investing in yourself, because the more you invest in yourself, the more you grow, the more you grow, the more your money will also grow. So it is directly proportional. So try to incorporate some habits of the rich people and analyze what sets them apart from everyone else. And this is something which we have been discussing in the previous master classes as well. Understanding how the rich people are definitely thinking differently from all the normal people. Unka thought process kaisa hai, unke habits kaise hain. So we pursue the habits of the rich people, and we include those habits in ourselves. We develop those as habits, and if we can do that on a repeated basis, we also will lead this path will lead to a path of success and path of being rich. So again, being rich is not a destination, it is a journey. So which journey you have to take for yourself alone. So it's a journey, it's constant learning, it's constant implementation, strategic risk, a calculated risk, and then learning, growing, implementing, and then moving on and letting your money work for you. So again, like, practice spirituality, focus on your peace of mind, maybe start doing some meditations in the morning, and remember God, be grateful on a day-to-day basis, that thank you for God, for giving me this opportunity to come to this world today and experience the life. And what you can also say is, I'm exactly where I need to be. I have all the tools which I need in order to be successful. You thank God and you practice spirituality, practice meditation, and move ahead in life in a positive way. And if you can include all of those, then definitely you can start doing this. So for all of you, Atomic Habits is very simply, if you want to include a habit in your life, make it so simple. So for example, if you want to develop the habit of reading a book, all you need to do is read one page a day. And if you can do that on a consistent basis, and that is good enough. So it's not the amount, let's say the time you spend on a book in a day, but the frequency of how long and how much times you can actually read it. All right, guys, cheers, bye bye, take care.